Hey friends of the Enneagram, welcome to the Myths of the Enneagram video series where we debunk some of the common misunderstandings around this ancient tool and we rethink how the Enneagram can be used for lasting spiritual growth. My name's AJ Sherrill and I serve as a pastor, as an adjunct professor, as a speaker and an author, and for years I've been teaching and writing and leading on the Enneagram for spiritual formation. So let's dive in. That brings us to the third myth of the Enneagram, and that is that the Enneagram is a New Age tool. I hear this a lot from a certain segment in the church around the world. And one of the things I always say to this in workshops is that the Enneagram is not a New Age tool, it's not a Christian tool, it's not a Buddhist tool, it's not a secular humanist tool. It's a neutral tool, kind of like money. You can use money for a lot of different reasons. This tool can be wielded in a direction that can move us toward Christ-likeness. One of the reasons that I bought into this tool many, many years ago was that it explained my brokenness. Many other personality assessments always said really good things about what it was that I brought to the world, but typically failed to talk about the things and the messes that I bring into the world that I need to become aware of. It's also called the shadow side, the things that's in your subconscious that you're not quite aware of. And it was sort of like someone was reading my journal when I started reading through the different types and realized, oh my goodness, I think that's how I show up in the world. I'm glad that's being named for me. So what that does for me is it allows me to begin to name some things and then to move those underneath the lordship of Christ, where I can engage spiritual practices that grow that broken side of my humanity. And so I wouldn't suggest that the Enneagram is a Christian tool. I would simply suggest it's neutral and that God can use anything in order to get a hold of human hearts, and that this is one of the ways God has gotten a hold of mine. This is where the Enneagram in spiritual formation comes in. For a deeper dive, feel free to check out my latest book, The Enneagram for Spiritual Formation, available wherever books are sold. You can also visit the EnneagramForSpiritualFormation.com to learn more about my workshops where we can connect and explore about bringing this to your community, your organization, or your team. Grace and peace to you in abundance.